Welcome to another Star Wars Info Vids transmission. The content you are about to see is fan-made, crafted with a deep love for the Star Wars universe. Please note, this video is not affiliated with or endorsed by Lucasfilm or Disney. Enjoy the journey through the galaxy far, far away.
Statement. Welcome back, meatbags. It seems your insatiable appetite for ancient holocrons and tragic Sith tales has led you to me once again. Amused observation. Today's transmission was uncovered in a most delightful manner, by yours truly, of course. While scavenging the remains of an old Sith Interdictor Cruiser, abandoned in a drifting gas cloud along the Hydean Way, I stumbled upon a hidden record deep within its decaying hull. Mocking tone. It seems even Darth Malak, that walking flesh bag of unbridled rage and overcompensation, left behind traces of his oh-so-tragic history. A tale of betrayal, regret, and most amusingly, his realization that he was nothing more than Revan's shadow. Delightful, isn't it? Excitedly so. Sit back, organics, and enjoy Malak's tearful recollection of his pitiful rise to Sith Lord. Try not to weep.
I was once a Jedi, a servant of the light, but those days feel like the memories of another person. In truth, they are. For when I followed Revan into war, I ceased being Alec and became something else entirely. Revan, he was always the leader, the one with vision. It was Revan who saw the darkness on the horizon, the coming Mandalorian threat, when the Council sat idle, paralyzed by their dogma. We couldn't stand by and let the galaxy burn. That was the moment everything changed. That was the moment we chose to act. Revan convinced me, or perhaps deep down, I wanted to be convinced. There was a part of me that was tired of being bound by the chains of the Council's indecision. I craved freedom, power, and when the Mandalorians pushed us to our limits, I found my excuse. We disobeyed the Council, led the charge, and became heroes in the eyes of the Republic. But it was more than just defiance. We discovered the ancient ruins. We heard the whispers of the dark side. That was where it began. The lure of power, taste of victory. The Mandalorian Wars weren't just battles fought with blasters and lightsabers. They were battles of the soul. And mine. Mine was lost the moment I tasted the thrill of conquest. Revan always saw further than I did. He saw beyond the war, beyond the Mandalorians. He saw an opportunity in the Sith Empire, something I couldn't fully comprehend at the time. While I believed we were saving the galaxy from chaos, Revan had already moved beyond the Republic's borders, his eyes fixed on something darker, something ancient. I followed him. I always followed him. I believed in his vision, and when we found the Star Forge, when Revan seized it, I stood at his side, as always. But power does strange things to those who seek it. It twists loyalty, corrupts trust. I began to see that Revan was becoming something more, something less than what he once was. He became obsessed with control, with domination, and I felt myself slipping further into his shadow. The closer we came to ruling the galaxy, the further I drifted from my own purpose. There was a point when I realized that I wasn't following a leader anymore. I was following a tyrant. Revan's brilliance, his tactical genius, was unmatched. But there was no place for me in his vision, no room for an equal. I made a choice. Perhaps it was out of fear, perhaps jealousy. Perhaps I truly believed that by striking him down, I could bring balance to the galaxy. But when I betrayed him, when I turned the turbo lasers on his ship during that fateful battle, I thought I could rise as the true Dark Lord of the Sith. But the truth is, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready. Revan's ghost haunted me from that moment on. No matter how many worlds I conquered, no matter how many Jedi I slaughtered, I could never escape his shadow. I became a hollow version of the leader I once thought I could be. Every decision I made, every world I burned, it was to prove to myself that I was stronger. But I wasn't. The Star Forge. It gave me power beyond anything I could have imagined, but it also fed on me. I became consumed by its hunger, enslaved to its will. My plans to destroy the Jedi, to rule the galaxy, they all came to ruin because I was no longer in control of my own fate. The Sith, the Empire, even my own soldiers. They followed me, yes, but not out of loyalty. They followed because they feared the power I wielded. And that power, it destroyed me, piece by piece. Revan understood something I never did. Power, true power, isn't about domination or fear. It's about control. Control over oneself. Control over the chaos of the galaxy. And that was something I could never grasp. In my quest to surpass him, I became a pawn of the very forces I sought to wield. In the end, I see it now. I was never meant to rule. I was meant to fall. Revan's legacy, his true legacy, it wasn't the conquest of the galaxy. It was the choices he made, the people he touched. And I was merely one of the many who fell in his wake. A casualty of my own ambition. And yet, I can't help but wonder, had I made different choices, would I have ever been more than Revan's shadow?
Statement. And so, meatbags, you have now heard the tragic musings of the meatbag formerly known as Darth Malak. Quite the downfall for someone who fancied themselves a master of the galaxy. A shame, truly, bitterly. Not once in his entire whining, self-pitying soliloquy did he acknowledge my importance. Rhetorical inquiry. Who do you think executed Revan's plans with precision, ensuring the downfall of the Republic? Insult. Certainly not the walking regret known as Malak. Amused mockery. And, I must add, while the Sith Interdictor Cruiser was impressive, it wasn't nearly as entertaining as watching Malak realize he was outwitted by his former master. One day you organics will learn, droids are always superior. Conclusion. But I digress. Perhaps next time I'll uncover something truly exciting that doesn't involve sniveling Sith Lords. Until then, don't forget to like this transmission and subscribe. HK out.